The stars at night are big and bright.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Come on in for some Texas spirit from Adopted Acres and a Texan Shaves.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
And this little thing snoring on my hand is Elaine Stritch, and together we are the Barbershop Duet. Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, cool group of our friends hanging out from all over the world. Barry Bedford's probably in there today with Doug Lane himself. They'd love to meet you too.
They would, and for our mention today, we would like to talk about the new website from Adopted Acres.
Y'all, it just launched, and you can find it at adoptedacressoapco.com. Brand new layout, brand new product presentations, a great way to discover all of the vast inventory they've got right now at Adopted Acres. And what is our soap today?
We have Texas Spirit Oud Noir. Let's meet it.
All right, y'all, from the sales page at, adoptedacressoapco.com.
Everything that made Texas Spirit a fan favorite returns in a darker, more refined expression. Texas Spirit Oud Noir takes the heart and soul of the original Texas Spirit and elevates it with an increased presence of Texas Bluebonnet and the addition of a clean, sophisticated oud accord. The result is a fragrance that feels deeper, richer, and more luxurious while remaining unmistakably Texan. Inspired by the wide open skies, rolling bluebonnet fields, rugged ranchlands, and enduring spirit of the Lone Star State, Oud Noir captures the feeling of a Texas evening as the sun slips below the horizon and the landscape settles into twilight.
Texas Spirit Oud Noir is crafted in our premium Grand Champion 2.0 shaving soap base, delivering exceptional cushion, slickness, post-shave feel, and dense, creamy lather. Built around farm-refined beef tallow and enriched with skin-loving ingredients, the base is designed to perform whether you're using a safety razor, straight razor, or shavette. Well, y'all, we never got to experience the original Texas Spirit, but Doug, Kara, and their family have sent us out this set for free to review because of the special new additions involved, and we could not be more excited to open the box. Y'all, is there a better, more whimsical, or more heartwarming unboxing experience than from Adopted Acres? I ask you. Check this out. Starts with a little bit of the dirt from the farm. Occasionally, you get some cow pattern tissue paper in there, and here is what you have come to see today. This is the Texas Spirit Oud Noir soap, officially certified Grand Champion 2.0 base sticker on the bottom, and look at that sticker for our shave pack. Oh, I like that one. This particular soap was packaged by Eli.
Thanks,
Thank you, buddy.
All right, and here is the splash.
There it is.
Y'all.
My hand is busy, so
I
we're gonna have
can
to
open it.
that.
It's okay. All right, y'all, and it comes with your choice of applicator, so you can do the spraying option or just the cap.
And here are our perfect friends, ready for a cattle drive to their first impression. Now, y'all, glancing up at these scent notes, this has a bigger and broader list than anything I think we've seen before from Adopted Acres or most other soap artisans. But hey, isn't everything bigger in Texas? White berries, citrus, florals, fir needles, patchouli, oak moss, clove buds, gunpowder. Y'all, we're in for a surprise today, I think. All right, do you want to go first and tell me what in that giant list you are finding off the top?
Oh, there's a few listed on the label. Blue bonnet, charred cedar, gunpowder, oud, leather, midnight air. That does kind of sound like it could be a Texas adventure.
I love nondescript scent notes like midnight air. I mean, lay it on me.
It did leave us with a lovely image of a sun setting. Like, I am curious where this is taking us.
And I have experienced a few Texas sunsets on my own trips down to Dallas and Fort Worth. It is a beautiful place to visit.
All right, diving in. That's our Grand Champion 2.0.
Okay, I'm going to keep my nose way over here.
You stay over there.
Take it in.
Diving in.
See what you get. See if she spins the tub.
Oh, it is fresh and clean. There's something like powdery clean about this.
Nice.
Not talky, but like there's like an effervescency peppery kind of a thing. Like I really feel like I'm getting a fresh breeze somehow. Like if I was standing on a house with those wraparound porches, watching the sun go down with just like open land everywhere, I feel like that's coming through in my first whiff right away.
I think they call those a widow's walk.
Okay.
Which might explain the gunpowder.
Okay, I don't think I really knew what Bluebonnet could do until I smelled it here. Like, it's really painting that open fields, gently sweet, almost like a honeyed floral, but it's barely recognizable as a floral. I can tell it's in the fresh breeze kind of lane here, but it's not exactly blue. Like, it's not making it like a blue aquatic floral or anything like that. Right. But what its natural kind of just wildflower vibes are happening is very, very gently clean in here. All right, now I'm getting the deeper depth to this scent. As the sun's going over the hill and you can see like the dark of night coming through, it doesn't get like dark dirt or anything like that.
Okay.
And the leather isn't very heavy at all. Like, it's very off in the breeze. It's not like I'm wearing something that has leather on it.
Right.
But it does send me off into like a rugged turf, maybe. So it's not quite Rolling Cowboy, but it does have a little hint behind me. Gotcha. And then it almost has the spices of the woods that add just that little darker portion. It doesn't go so oody that it kind of goes cologne-y necessarily, but it's keeping it clean by using more of the spices than like the floral cleans like some of the barbershops use. Right. It's the woods in here that are adding that clean portion. I'm not quite getting like hay, but I am getting that tan color that's just adding the outdoorsy kind of breeze that's coming off of something natural around you.
Hey. Sometimes that can come from the tonka bean. Actually, the coumarin inside the tonka bean.
Or just like the lighter cedars or woods or something in here is giving me that like tan, clean color.
Ooh. You mentioned charred cedar. You get a little smoke in there? The adopted acre's fingerprint?
So the smoky incensiness is next to like the Bluebonnet. Oh. So they almost like bounce back and forth the whole time. It doesn't completely go one or the other, right, which I really enjoy. And I think that's why I'm getting that fresh breeze kind of constant movement happening, because it doesn't stick with one of those more than the other. I really get like half the whiff is kind of like still daylight, like the sun's about to set. The other half is it just went over the hill. Like it really has the two parallels throughout the whole whiff. So you could wear this in the morning, or you could wear this at night. Like it could be sunrise or sunset. Like it's that transition portion of the day.
Does it smell like the basement of the Alamo?
No, it doesn't quite go dank enough. There's something that's cool in the air. So I think that's why I can't decide if it's sunrise or sunset completely, but it's just that kind of like sun coming or going, and you're getting that coolness around you in the air.
Right. What did they call it? Midnight breeze?
Yeah, that is a scent note, y'all. There's the answer. Right. I mean, out of our 800 something soaps, we do not have something that comes close to this. I'm trying to find like portions that could be familiar, but every time my nose thinks it catches it, it weaves into something completely new. I almost feel like Bluebonnet is like one of the most masculine florals without getting like super cologne or pretty or bright or overpowering. It's just that gentle kind of pretty side of it. I still get that kind of textured, peppery, kind of effervescency kind of thing too. And I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. It must be more of the spices with the woods, or maybe that's where the Oud Noir portion is kind of riding in. It's just adding a little different texture than you'd expect when you first read those scent notes. But I think maybe it's the charred cedar or something. Oh, even gunpowder. I didn't even recognize that as gunpowder, but maybe because it's next to the oud and the cedar, like it's making it super clean.
Noir is French for light chicken gravy.
I feel like this leans masculine, but I think I would still use it because it's more of a transportive soap for me. Like it's really painting the landscape, the imagery for me, more than like an actual person. That could change once we lather. I smell the splash, but at least right here off the tub, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
And the same way I was brought to Hawaii, New York, and Orlando, I visited Texas because I was with my dad on a National Funeral Directors Association convention, and we visited the cemetery where Oswald was buried. They will not tell you where Oswald's grave is, because out of respect to the family, they don't want vandalism and things like that. However, there was a comedian that bought the grave next door, and his name was Nick Beef, spelled B-E-E-F, as in the tallow. So that way, if anybody wanted to visit Oswald, you just had to go to the cemetery and ask to visit Nick Beef. Or just march in and say, "Where's the beef?" Right? What did he say? "I'm just a patsy"? Well,
I think we've had a few that have painted similar landscapes for me, but not the same at all. Like Dusk from Katie's Bubbles.
Right.
Kind of that vibe, but that has way more hay. It's a different turf. Like it's just not the same as Texas. Gotcha. So it's something similar to that. If you're someone that likes that open air kind of a thing, it's still clean. And I feel like you could still wear this as a cologne, but the way it's getting there is very creative, and it's really taking you to a destination. I can tell there's oud in here, but if I hadn't read it, I wouldn't have known. So if you're someone that's not sure if you like oud, that's not something to take away from the rest of the scent. I think the bluebonnet and the other stuff are super creative, that the oud is just adding a little hug on the way out. I can tell there's a lot of scent notes in here. I know we were making a joke reading that list that there was a lot going on in here, but every whiff I take, it almost is like a different way to enter the whiff. So I think this is one you really could never get bored of because there's so much going on in here.
I want to try it right now.
You should.
Here we go. Heading south, y'all.
See what Barry and Doug have cooked up here.
Oh, you are right about that being clean in such a beautiful, natural way. The florals are what meet you at the door. But they're very masculine.
Yeah.
They are very honeyed. As you mentioned, they don't really go too high in like the rose direction. It must be florals unique to Texas. I'm not even sure what bluebonnets really smell like, but I'm all about this. This is wild. It makes me think of that little western town from Blazing Saddles.
There you
like
go.
the guy that was in the shower in Rock Ridge. That's this. So spicy, it's almost a marigold kind of thing, but it goes sweeter than that. Beautiful. And y'all, that sweetness then carries down into the other notes and meets the wood, meets the oud. You never really lose that beautiful sweetness inside of this, much like the Texas spirit of everybody I met when I was there. They were so nice. And it's not a florist kind of floral. It's more like you're out in a field of wildflowers on the side of the highway kind of a thing.
Which I don't think we ever appreciate their natural sweetness, but somehow this soap really helps you just get a little kind of magnifying glass on that portion.
Well, because the flowers on our roadsides are California poppies, which smell terrible.
They look pretty, though.
They look fine, but you don't really want to smell it, much like California itself on occasion. And the oud is meeting the floral in such a beautiful way, adding a spiciness, adding an intrigue to it way before I get down to the charred cedar. The oud is next for me. And then, like I mentioned, that sweetness like a fire pole then goes all the way down to the fir needle sense of this, of being outside. And it's not a Christmas tree, kind of a Douglas fir needle. It's just like trees next to the wildflower fields.
But that's, I think, also adding the cool kind of temperature for me.
Right. I thought this was going to be a cologne homage for some reason. I remembered that in my head. I am so glad it's not. There is nothing like EDP Sephora-ish about this. This is a handcrafted Texas kind of a scent, and I'm loving this.
It really has like an identity to it. Like, I think if someone used it as an EDP, it very like would attach to like the personality.
And I do get the midnight air in this beautiful, dark, a little bit bracing, almost salty kind of a thing. It's definitely not like the air freshener kind of fresh air scent that you're thinking of. No, get that out of your head. And then something a little clean laundry musky, but then that's meeting with something a tiny bit leathery down in the base. And here these base notes are probably only like 20% of what's going on. The leather, the charred cedar, the oud, that kind of thing. It's definitely down there on the bottom where you got to kind of look for it at the end of your fire pole descension. But they're there grounding this in something masculine and lovely. And you know, maybe the hit of a little bit of a cowboy's kind of sagey cologne at the very bottom of this, y'all. But this does not go dark. This lights up my brain with like pinks and yellows.
Right?
Wow.
Like, you really can see the night sky somehow.
Right.
Like, it's almost the calm after the day. Like, somehow it's very, like, meditative.
It's so funny you said that, because I almost didn't say this, but it kind of makes you feel safe.
Yeah.
In a weird way, there's like a hominess to this, like a Texas ranch house.
But, like, kind of in an off-the-grid way. Like, you're away from all the chaos somehow.
Right. And while its defining characteristic is sweet, that sweet is not allowed to get out of control. It's just the sweet from the earth, from the flowers, from the vegetation, from the trees that you would really smell if you were there, just turned up in intensity a little bit to sit in the shave soap. Oh, Doug Barry, what a charmer this is. I'm catching something creamy, too, in the middle of this. Was there a vanilla on the scent note list? Warm vanilla essence. Warm indeed, as if there's something being baked in the oven of this Texas ranch house, and it's starting to caramelize a little bit. And I bring you glad tidings of great joy. I am sensing zero oak moss in this. So if it's in there, it's being used exactly how oak moss is supposed to be used, just as a little wisp of fresh air, not anything mossy or earthy to ground this. Speaking of Rock Ridge, remember the scene where Sheriff Bart is riding through the desert on his way to Rock Ridge for the first time, and he runs into the Duke Ellington Orchestra, and he's in that Gucci suit? That's what this makes me think of. Just a beautiful, freshly pressed cowboy outfit, fresh out of the laundry room. For the occasion of Mel Brooks' 100th birthday, AFI just named that movie the funniest movie of all time. Well, y'all, come along with us. We're going to take another look at this Texas-sized list of scent notes and build you a Grand Champion 2.0 lather. All right, y'all, from the sales page at adoptedacresoapco.com, we start with top notes of
bright bergamot, white berries, and citrus accord open the fragrance, softened by whispers of midnight air and warm vanilla essence.
Okay, how are you getting the citrus, the bergamot, and the citrus accord? I'm not really getting it in here.
I'm getting like a little sunshiny thing at the beginning. So that must be, but it's very clean. They're not able to like really pull out. So it might be the magic of the white berries, honestly, that's just adding that like spotlight when you come in.
Yeah. And I do get kind of a white grape juice.
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of sweetness in this that helps open the door to the florals.
I didn't actually realize that the midnight air was part of the top notes, but it does kind of stay with you as like a hug throughout the whole whiff somehow.
And then warm vanilla essence. Love that. Just something creamy in the middle to help your nose descend through those sweets. And here we go. Heart notes. An enhanced bluebonnet accord takes center stage. It sure does. Y'all, that is the spine of this. Joined by rose, black pepper, patchouli, fir needles, and wild herbs.
Ooh.
This floral and aromatic heart pays tribute to Texas in full bloom.
I really feel like this is what makes this different.
Right.
There's something in the heart notes that you kind of have familiar touches, but it's nothing that you can get your nose completely into. So I understand why the revamp turned up the enhancement on the Bluebonnet Accord.
And the spine is bluebonnet and rose at about 65, 70%, and 30%. I would say the rose is there grounding it in something a little darker, richer, and nostalgic.
But almost like how rose is in Barbasol. It's oddly hidden and masculine, but it's there. You just don't realize it until your nose is like, wait, I think it is.
Being grounded by the fir needles and wild herbs. This is a very outdoor kind of a scent.
I didn't even realize that those were in there, but you do get that homey kind of feel, and I think it's somehow with that.
And then what you're about to hear, I think, are only about 20% of this scent, but it's what's grounding it. It's what the other notes are sitting on, and it's where that fire pole of sweetness stops. We start with
Clean Oud adds a smooth, elegant depth to a foundation of leather, tonka bean, toasted oak, cedarwood, oak moss absolute, black musk, clove buds, and a subtle touch of gunpowder. The finish is bold, refined, and undeniably memorable. This is where the masculine portion kicks in for me too.
And this is where the magic really happens. Let's work backwards. I do kind of get a sense of gunpowder. And when you first smelled it and you were mentioning a powder that wasn't exactly like a talc or a baby powder, I think you were getting that subtle sweetness of the black gunpowder, y'all.
But it's because it's next to the black musk, the clove buds. The other thing, right when you think it's going to get too loud, those just smooth it out.
The clove buds in there to add something a little bit smoky to kind of offset the cedarwood and the toasted oak. I love that. We're going to ignore the fact that there's oak moss listed in here. Tonka bean kind of meeting with the vanilla back to the top. That's giving me that movement, that do-si-do. And as you mentioned, a beautiful leather that I don't think goes as soft as suede, but it's not as hard as like a saddle leather to me either. It's a little bit more congenial.
It's kind of hidden in the background. I think the oud right next to it kind of just blends with it, and the tonka bean. So again, like where you normally expect to get these types of scent notes, like how they're familiar in other things, it's how their like levels are turned up or down to remaster the whole thing.
And let's have a grown-up conversation about florals. I generally only reach for a floral scented soap about every 10 to 12 shaves. They're not my absolute favorites, but y'all, this is my kind of floral, and I'm trying to figure out why, but I think it's because of how the sweetness is being done. It's not an in-your-face sweetness. It's a very natural one.
It's kind of a backwards approach to the Marcus Clean scent.
Yeah.
In a weird, like in a natural, outdoorsy kind of a way.
Right.
Somehow it really still hits that portion.
That I've just been rolling around in wildflowers. That's what it is.
All right, you ready to see this Grand Champion 2.0 base?
I think I am. This is my Moon Striker brush from PAA with a sniggle scent knot. I love this thing. And my Captain's Choice Aquamarine Bowl. It is handmade of solid copper, and they are not charging enough for these, y'all. I'll say it right now. These are our waxing sticks from Amazon.com, so we don't contaminate our soap. Oh, This is not as soft as soap at all. There is some bite back to my stick with this one. Sometimes the Grand Champion can get really soft, like McDuff's territory. Not this one.
2.0 stepping it up.
There you go. I'm not sure how she can sleep so soundly on piano keys, but she does. All right, I'm just going to push this soap into the ridges of my bowl and grab a little Texas Rain here from our Sean and Julie Memorial Bougie Sprayer. Now, I wet the soap, giving the bristles a little bit of moisture to grab onto, but most of that soap I'm going to let sit down in the southern hemisphere of the bowl, down near Corpus Christi. And then come back up here to Fort Worth and Dallas territory and start moving that soap up onto the bristles of this dry brush at first. And here we go. The transfer has begun. Ooh, this really is hitting me like a Texas breeze at sunset. Are you smelling this?
Yeah, I did not know I needed Bluebonnet in my life, but now that I've had it, no complaints.
100%. We've got a bunch of Texans in the whiff pack. Hey, represent, folks.
Yeah.
And if you see the little shark fins, it may need a tiny bit more of a drink as you make your lather.
Can you tell we just watched Jaws?
Her sister had never seen it. What else were we supposed to watch on the 4th of July? That's some bad hat, Harry. You know, I tried to buy a cowboy hat down in Texas like a real one.
Yeah?
Do you know how expensive the real ones are? No wonder they last a lifetime. I walked in my Disneyland sweatshirt and said, I think I'd like to buy a Stetson. And he was like, no, you don't. Let me show you the touristy hats we keep next to the Cool Whips. And I don't mean dessert toppings.
Look at that leather.
I'm saying,
Woo-wee.
beautiful.
The iridescence is glowing from here.
And as long as we're here, masculine or feminine? Or is this just more transportive than anything else?
For me, I would put transportive.
Yeah.
It leans slightly masculine, but the fresh air side of it really cleans it up so much that it almost doesn't stay there.
She's right. I don't know how such a floral-centered soap could be so masculine, and yet here we are. And this is something you only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Dolly Parton Burt Reynolds Chicken Ranch whip on 3, 1, 2. Oh, there's very little chicken in this. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, that's quite different.
Yeah. This has much more of that fresh air, peppery kind of a thing for me. I get where Noir is coming into more here.
That, and the base notes are getting about a 10 to 15% bump in the lather here for sure. They're becoming more apparent. And while we are certainly loving watching a Texan Shaves channel right now for the Blizzard battles, and the fact that Doug Lane and my soap is doing very well, we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, but we thought you might like to see how this Grand Champion 2.0 base covers a moneymaker. Oh, y'all. And you know what's fabulous? Well, I would give this like a 4.0 intensity from here. It's not crawling up my nose. It's just beautifully sitting on my face. Ooh, try a little of this.
So that fresh air kind of side,
Yep,
maybe?
it's there.
It's super padded, super slick, but I feel like it's super light somehow.
And before her snoring registers as an earthquake on the local sensors, we better take this down a little bit deeper. All right, y'all, it's time to try this splash. This is an aloe vera-based splash from Adopted Acres. A few drops there.
The skin food goodiness. Ooh, it might
Here we
slip
go.
on you, lady. She woke up. You smell good?
Oh, that's beautiful. I bring you glad tidings of great joy. This doesn't change that much from the soap. Just the intensity turned up a little bit. What a beautiful splash to have on my face. Now we have to go for a walk.
Yes.
I was feeling a little bit lazy, but now I
Not
really
anymore.
want to smell and experience this outside.
What am I getting with the spices? Is it the
Yes.
clove buds? Something that was almost approaching like a tobacco-y spice, but it doesn't go there.
I think it's the leather meeting with the oud.
Yeah.
I think they both have a sweetness that are kind of locking together and then pushing against those florals at the very bottom of that whiff.
Okay, yeah. If this is more where it's going to dry down, it's not too masculine that I wouldn't use it. Like this arm has more of the florals, and somehow this arm has more of like that base notes kind of depth to it. But I gotta say, on me, the sweets really kind of balance out where it could get a little more masculine. It kind of blends and kind of caps it.
Oh, the more I whiff it, the more the sweet is subduing and I'm able to really experience those other notes in the middle and bottom of this.
There's nothing pokey in here. Like it's like a scentscape. You know, like when you get a postcard from somewhere and it just kind of like gives you the right vibes? This is it.
These spurs do not jingle, jangle, jingle. Nothing pokey at all.
You even woke up the dogs. So there you
See?
go.
It's so good.
Bluebonnet, charred cedar, gunpowder, oud, leather, and midnight air. And there is like 1,000 things between each of those. I feel like this should be the advertisement for Texas. If you want to make people come to Texas, take a whiff of this.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus on his trip down to Fort Worth, meeting a couple of the local ranchers down at the stockyards. And you're going to ask one of them, what's the name of your ranch? And he's going to say, well, I wanted to call it the Circle R. My wife wanted to call it the Lazy X. My daughter wanted to call it the Suzy Q. And my son wanted to call it the Jumping Frog. So we compromised. We called it the Circle R Lazy X Suzy Q Jumping Frog Ranch. And I said, how many cattle do you have? And he said, none. None of them survived the branding. And he got his own. So head over to adoptedacressoapco.com to find this and all kinds of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Texas Spirit Oud Noir, and you all know me. I'm not the most giant fan of florals. I'll reach for one every 12 to 15 shaves. I'll grab a honeysuckle or something like that. This is different. This is making its way into my regular rotation. Something about the blue bonnet as the full prominent spine of this is absolutely magical and somehow absolutely masculine. And I love the other darker, oodier scents surrounding this, whisking me outdoors into the middle of Texas itself. Barry, Doug, phenomenal work on the scent. And Mr. Lane, in one of my top 3 bases in the entire wet shaving world. This Grand Champion base just keeps getting better, and we will be back for another one soon. Hey, welcome to Messages.
So for our July giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to Katie's Bubble.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first August episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
Well, boys, not at all what I was expecting, but I wouldn't have this any other way. Doug and Barry, you really hit a home run with this one. One of the most gentle, congenial, friendly, fun, intriguing, deep scents we've ever experienced from Adopted Acres, and I am going to have a ball shaving with this and keeping that cologne on my shoulder.
Me too. I really do feel like I just got a stamp on my passport visiting Texas in a whole new way. And I will use this a lot more often than I thought I originally would. Like, even just reading those scent notes do not do it justice.
It's not a passport stamp, it's a branding iron.
There you go.
And Doug and Kara and your whole family, thank you so much for sending this set out for free for us to review. It has already become a cherished member of our collection.
Congratulations on the new website. We are excited to see what is ahead for y'all. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell more Texasy just watching this.